Hey everybody, I'm Adam.
I'm Michael.
And I'm Kyle.
And today we're getting all swifty with some Rick and Morty because we're bored in Ohio.
There was no pause there.
Pause between what?
Rick and Morty, pause, because we're bored in Ohio.
Fuck you. I do the intro, you do the outro. I don't give a shit.
And I get bitched at with every fucking outro I do.
I know you do.
Everyone.
I know.
Everyone.
Well, because you're talking about getting all up in people. And
I am.
You usually make it real creepy.
I'm thrusting words inside.
Okay. So, for our listeners that remember, Mike does not like cartoons. And I always bring up Rick and Morty, and he cringes. And we have our good friend Kyle here to back me up, because
He calls this the 28 Days Later Part 2.
Yeah, but I have
The reversing.
Kyle's like backing me up instead of him backing you
Right.
up. And because you did this to yourself. You said that you were going to watch all of it, and then we could talk about it. And I said I need to bring Kyle along for backup.
Yeah.
Well, that's one version of it. I also wanted to bring Kyle along to rub it in your face when you tell us you love it.
Because it's the best goddamn show ever.
That is what I'm fully expecting to hear.
Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, maybe cartoon. Is that what you're going for here? Because I don't know,
I mean,
Dungeons and Dragons.
it's definitely the best cartoon.
Dungeons and Dragons
Well-
in the 80s was great.
That and BoJack Horseman.
Yeah.
Which I think now that you've not confirmed vocally that you've thoroughly loved Rick and Morty, but I think BoJack is the next domino to fall.
I'm not watching that shit.
Dude,
I'm
is
not
so good.
watching. It's a fucking horse guy.
Yeah,
No.
But BoJack might hit too close to home for Mike.
What's that supposed to mean?
He's super like,
It's dark.
yeah. it's dark.
Oh, too close to home to me? Is that what you're trying to get at?
So you just were dead set on not. You said you weren't gonna like the show. You knew you weren't gonna like the show. Why did you think that?
Because you dipshits came over to my house and put one on in the middle of we went out drinking or something. What was it for?
I don't even know.
Like, was it Weston's?
Yeah, it was Weston's bachelor party.
Okay.
I think so.
And you're all like making me gonna watch this. You throw on what you think is gonna be a funny episode of me, the one with the Freddy Krueger guy.
Scary Terry.
Yeah. And I'm watching this and I'm pissed off that I'm watching it. And I'm like, this is so stupid. And why is this guy belching every 15 seconds? And why is he drooling everywhere, green shit? And this is dumb as fuck. And that little kid sounds like an adult with a little kid voice. This is dumb, fucking dumb. Yes, that's why I was dead set against not watching this shit.
What? And historically, you don't like cartoons.
Except for
That's
SpongeBob.
correct. SpongeBob cracks me. All the hidden adult humor in that thing just cracks me up. Whereas Rick and Morty is, in your face adult.
Yeah.
There's no hidden. So SpongeBob cracks me up. I started watching it with my daughter, and I'm like, that's all this hidden shit, which makes me giggle.
So let's flash forward.
Yeah.
And I know, like, while you were watching it, all of a sudden I started getting Rick and Morty gifts to responses to my texts, which, I mean, that's a sign. I don't want to confirm, like, assume that you were liking it. You could have this could have just been a bait and switch thing, like you're buttering me up, making me think you're gonna have something else to bond with me on, and then you're gonna pull the rug out from under me.
If either of you guys checked in with me the first 5 episodes of season 1, I was sitting there going, I'm not even going to make it to season 2. I know I promised. I'm not going to make it.
So what was your turning point?
Well, first, wait. Let's just say, do you like the show?
No, I'm not going to say anything yet about that.
He can't muster it.
Well-
You should see it.
Okay, well, then we'll go with that. We'll say, what's the turning point which made you continue to watch? We won't say you like it yet.
Okay.
What made you continue?
You're going to have to help me a little bit because I've only literally watched through them one time.
Okay.
I believe the first episode that got me a little bit intrigued was, and I mean a little bit, this didn't pull me in, was the dog episode.
That's episode 2.
Okay, which I thought, but then 3, I was kind of like,
Wait, the dog episode is the Scary Terry one.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But see, I don't remember the dog part of that at all. I only remember the stupid.
No, because we only showed you the Scary Terry part.
That makes sense now. Yeah, because I was like, I don't remember any of this shit. And I'll get back to that. The episode that I was like, fuck, was... I don't remember which one of these came before one of the other one. Okay, but they hit me with the one where it starts duplicating themselves into other imaginary...
The space parasites?
Where they're all in the living room and they can't remember.
Mr. Poopy Butthole and Ghost in a Jar and Pencil Vester.
I was in tears.
That episode is heralded across the majority of the fan base as possibly being one of the best episodes of like many shows.
And even listening to Rick over and over again, but what really cracked me up is when he got to the point where he was like, wait, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is wrong to begin with. But he kept going, and then he got to the point where it was 6 or 7. He finally just gets to the point where like, fuck, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore, and just goes. And I'm cracking up all the way through that. The other one is the one with the
Meeseeks.
Meeseeks.
Yeah, Mr. Meeseeks is amazing. Existence is pain, Cherry.
Oh, he's trying. Yeah, the Meeseeks episode. So my profile picture in the entire corporate directory is of a Meeseeks. That is what people see when they look me up in the corporate directory at work.
That's amazing.
It's fantastic. It goes on all my emails, all my instant messages, everything.
That really fits because that's kind of how they see you.
Literally how they treat me.
Yeah.
So that's why I put it on there.
So when I got to season 2, I'm like, all right, I giggled at some of these. I'll give it a little further. I'll keep going. When they started hitting on their marriage, I was so locked in. Laughing at every ridiculousness on top of what in the fuck Rick and Morty are doing all the time. The underlying thing between the husband and wife about he's goddamn stupid, and he keeps thinking that she's just a horse doctor and not a heart surgeon. Anyway, okay. So when it got to Pickle Rick,
wait, before we get to Pickle Rick, just because you touched on, I think.
And what was the one where they put the nuts up his ass? Was that the first episode?
That was the very first one.
Okay,
you got to shove it way up there, Morty.
When he said that. I giggled
because one of the things that I always think that they like Roiland and Harmon, the two co-creators of the show, do really, really well is with like the different script writing, and then Roiland does like 90% of the voices in that show. It's all just one guy.
I saw that. Yeah.
Is when they stick on a joke like that, where he's like, "Yeah, way up there, Morty. You gotta shove it way up there. You gotta shove it way up there for Grandpa. My butthole's too loose to do this, Morty. I need a young type." Like, they do that kind of. It's like that early 2000s humor, like that Family Guy really kind of started.
Never watched an episode, but yeah.
Where they hold on something, but Family Guy always did it this singular beat, and they did it way, way too long, constantly. It was funny one time, and then they did it every episode for like 8 years.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I couldn't do that.
Where it's like these dudes, when they do it, the joke kind of evolves inside of itself, but the singular joke lasts a little bit, but it's hilarious from start to finish.
Yeah.
And they do that at least 5 times a season, and it makes me like fall out of a chair laughing every time it happens. It's so good. How'd you like John Oliver?
That was pretty damn awesome.
Do you want to ride the bone train?
I want to touch back on the whole, like, since you got a kick out of the marriage bits between Jerry and Beth, the episode where they went to alien marriage counseling.
Yeah.
Tell me you weren't into that.
I was into that.
Did you like the Jerry worm that kept offering its ass?
Yes. That was a very funny episode that I liked very much.
Because that was also Tiny Rick, right?
Yes. No.
Yeah.
No, that was Blips and Shits.
That's right.
Yeah, because they go to Blips and Shits No.
Wait.
No. Jerry Daycare's Blips and Shits. Marriage counseling.
I thought it was
Marriage
Tiny
counseling
Rick.
is Tiny Rick. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
right.
at the end they're like, because he killed a bunch of himself, and they were like, oh, our stories were tied by something, and he's like,
coincidence.
he's like, no, Jerry. He just explains to him why he's fucking wrong.
The way that he talks to Jerry the entire series is fantastic, and the way that it escalates, especially through season 2, when he starts really picking apart their marriage.
Yeah.
And then I love that they bring it all the way back around at the end of season 3, and he's like, "Yeah, I destroyed your marriage on purpose." He just casually admits it.
All right. Also, before we get to season 3, because you're wanting to get on Pickle Rick, what did you think of the international or interdimensional cable episodes, where it basically is just an improv stream of thought?
I
figured you'd hate those episodes.
I thought I was hating it about 5 to 10 minutes into it, and then I kind of got it. I got what they're doing, so I started giggling at all the shit. And then I noticed later on in some of the other episodes,
You see, yeah,
yes,
ball fondlers comes back
a lot, and that is great.
And the plumbus.
Yeah. then he spits on it.
and that's how a plumbus is made.
Yeah. My favorite is the personal space guy for some reason. Get out of my personal space.
Yeah. You know, the bird guy, I thought I would absolutely hate the bird guy.
Oh, bird person?
But but I'm like, this guy looks stupid as fuck. What is this stupid shit? I'm like, God, I hope he's in another episode.
I don't know what people eat. I just picked up scraps. You know what this person eats? Bird dick.
It's so good.
All right. Continue with your going on to Pickle Rick.
All right. And the way the second season ended and the first episode began and his whole escape thing cracked my ass up. I loved all that shit too, because I thought this could get kind of stupid. And it doesn't. It just keeps amazing me how well they think this shit out.
The take a shit bit of the season 3 opener when he's escaping, he's like, "Oh, I gotta go take a shit," and then he transforms into the bug. That bug's gotta go take a shit. And just everybody that he turns into, I gotta go take a shit.
He says it so casually, and every one of those gotta go take a shit.
And he did it 3 times, and he's like, "Comedy comes in threes." And I love that Nathan Fillion guessed it on that episode too.
Yeah, whenever I thought I recognized the voice, I'd immediately look up who it was. So yeah.
There's people on there that I didn't even know were on there.
That happened to me also, because then I started going through all the cast. I'm like, shit, I missed that.
Yeah, Dana Carvey's in it, and I was like, what?
I didn't even. Yeah,
didn't sound like he plays Jerry's dad. Doesn't sound like him.
That's Dana Carvey?
Fucking all, yeah.
I didn't. Right.
Oh, he had the bit with them bringing in the young black dude into his mom and dad's open marriage.
Yeah.
So good.
I love that everyone else in the room is just fine with it, except for Jerry. It's like, no, what the fuck? I mean, his daughter, his wife, everyone's fine. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
They're like, oh, it's beautiful. And he's like, wait a minute.
So the Pickle Rick episode is by far my favorite, not only because of how hilarious it is, but because how clever it is from the beginning of him turning himself into a pickle just to get out of fucking family counseling, which you find out at the very end is the whole reason why he did it to begin with. Mm. And it made me so happy, because I was thinking to myself, what would I do to myself to get out of this shit? And this is genius. Could I turn myself into something so it seems irrelevant and yet so cool? Mm-hmm. And Danny Trejo.
Oh, he's so good as Jaguar.
That whole episode's just amazing. And he made himself out of fucking rat parts and shit.
I love when he lures that fucking bug over. He's like, come here. And then he starts biting. He's like, oh, come on, motherfucker.
It reminded me of Beetlejuice.
Yeah, it was like a good little Beetlejuice.
And it just starts moving it around by pressing on its brain with his tongue.
It's so ridiculous. And so I would probably watch that episode 100 times and never get sick of it.
I love that at the very beginning of that episode, Morty calls him out in the first 2 minutes of the episode.
Yes.
Like, did you turn yourself into a pickle to get out of family counseling? He's like, what? No. I did it. His whole reasoning of doing it because nobody else could do it, but if they could do it, they would have done it. But since he can't do it, he did it.
I just love that he kept saying over and over again, but I'm a pickle. I'm a pickle Rick.
I'm a pickle.
You're missing the point. I'm a pickle.
And there's a great reference there where Morty, like when he finds him, is like the face down pickle, and he's like, "Oh great, I'm gonna touch this, and you're gonna tell me it's an alien dick." Exactly. And then 5 episodes later, he has him jerk off an alien.
Yes.
So good.
I forgot about that.
That's right.
If we can't jerk our enemies off, Morty, we're no better than they are.
Did you like the Mad Max-esque episode?
I mean, I did. There's just some of them that are so clever and funny to me that it makes me forget a little. It makes me forget, like, I remember the Mad Max one completely. That the scenes, but I can't remember what the whole story arc was of that one.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna definitely go through and rewatch all these again.
Do you appreciate all like how dark it gets?
Oh yeah.
The episode where he meets up with his ex-girlfriend, who's a hive mind.
Yeah.
And at that ending little like 3-minute scene where he creates life and then kills it and then almost commits suicide but doesn't do it. So fucked up.
Yeah. But I like how immensely thought out each individual episode is, as well as the entire arc that they work out. So I fucking hate you guys.
it's
so
good,
much.
So what I'm hearing is you like it.
He still won't say it. He can't bring himself to say the words.
You have to do it because this is what I've been waiting for.
Do it.
All right, I love the goddamn show. All right, I'm gonna fucking DVR this shit. I've already bought fucking toys. I fucking hate myself so much. I want that Rick and Morty shirt back now.
No, you can. I mean,
No,
that's your
if
shirt.
it said Pickle Rick on it, I don't want that shit back though.
Mm-hmm.
That's so good. All right, yeah, all right.
I mean, that episode did win an Emmy.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
It was so.
And you gave him that sweet Rick statue, giving the fingers.
I gave him that too. I had no interest in any of that shit when I got either one of them.
And now you're like,
this.
oh.
What toys did you get?
No, I gave you both of them. I
No,
gave you the
you-
shirt.
No, I
and
thought you
toys.
said you
bought.
bought toys.
Oh, I sent you a picture of it. I bought
the Pickle Ricks.
versions of Pickle Rick. One where he's got the rocket on his shoulder, and the other one where he's just got the fucking hand knives
Nice.
and shit as the rat.
That like samurai style like side scroller
Yeah,
like combat scene in there where he just dismantles that whole rat hive.
awesome.
So good.
Yeah,
It's just, oh man, I'm gonna watch that episode tonight.
Jaguar. God, that was good.
When Trehu says he's like when they're fighting, he's like, "We're not leaving until somebody dies," and I've never died.
So okay, well, I have to ask Kyle, like, watching the show, when was like the first episode where you knew this show was at another level with the, I'll say, like, the creativity and intelligence going into the writing?
Let's see. Because pretty early on they established that. Because they like one of the things that I love about the show so much is like episode 2 specifically, he immediately in the first minute shits all over the movie Inception and how popular it was.
Yeah.
And he's like, we're going to do that, but it's not going to be dumb, and you're just like, oh, they're going to riff on that whole idea. And then they do it and you're entertained. And never once you're just like, this is just a ripoff of Inception.
Yeah.
And you're like, these guys they could literally do an episode of every movie and it would probably be hysterical.
Yeah.
I liked how they brought in Freddy Krueger into that also. Because it didn't occur to me when I'm watching Inception, which I like. I really love that movie.
Oh, no, so did I. I thought it was great.
That I was like thinking to myself, fuck, what if Freddy Krueger was in this shit going deeper? And then they made me think about that. I'm like, God damn it, that's genius.
when they get stuck in like the Scary Terry
Yeah.
part and he's like, we've hit dream bedrock, Morty.
And I love that. I love the whole thing was you can run, but you can't hide, bitch. And then they're like, wait a minute, what if we did just?
Yeah. Love that.
Fuck me.
So, for me, it's funny because like if I go back to season 1, I'm like, oh, I could see it now. But I remember the first episode that punched me in the face, like, oh, okay, these people are on a whole new level. Was the first episode of season 2 when they break time and it keeps breaking, and outside of their time was Schrodinger's cats. Something about that episode, I was like, holy shit.
Is that the one where you see it all, where they do all of them?
Yeah.
Oh, that was really...
And everything,
yes.
like, there's slight changes in each one.
In each one, yeah.
And they've been on record saying, like, they don't ever want to do time travel. They think time travel is super messy. And that whole episode was basically showing, like, just fracturing time is so fucked up, and how, like, all these permutations of the same thing.
Yeah.
And they're basically like, that's why we don't do time travel. Like, they literally, like, if you look in Rick's, the garage, there's literally a box on the shelf that says time travel stuff.
I did
like,
see
they
that,
are
yeah.
literally shelving time travel. Like, they don't want to touch it. Which I think is, when I put all that together, I'm like, fuck. I mean, just the little details. And one of my favorite long-running jokes is from the Scary Terror episode, Mr. Goldenfold's watching Mrs. Pancakes.
Yeah.
She's like, you don't know me. Yeah. And all of a sudden, and then there's an episode in season 3 where they're fighting their toxic selves, and Mrs. Pancakes is on the TV that Summer's watching, and then you hear her say, you do know me. That is a 3-season joke.
You're right.
Over, I don't know how many years it was between season 1 and season 3, but I mean, fucking shit, that's hilarious.
It is.
God, I love that.
Do you remember the Morty's Mind Blower episode?
Give me a little bit of it.
They put the helmet on and he puts the different colored vials in
Oh,
it.
yeah, yeah.
And
actually, I like that one too.
Just all, like, because that was basically the third version of Interdimensional Cable, where they just go through. It's like a clip show, basically. But when you find out that Summer's actually taking care of those two because they constantly get into situations.
Yes.
Where they have like different stages of protocol to do, and she's got all the gadgets to fix them.
Yeah.
And she fixes them, and then they immediately treat her like shit. They're like, "Shut up, Summer, you bitch!"
Yes.
Yeah. They incorporated Summer really well into season 3. I thought they showed her importance in the
Yes.
dynamic.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite Summer episodes is the one, the Needful Things one with the devil.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
And also the keep Summer safe.
When she's from the spider things. And
Yeah.
Yeah. And the ship is just killing people. So she's
It's
like,
like,
don't do it anymore. And it made a gelatinous baby of one of the SWAT team and made it melt. So fucked up.
When the car cubed that first assailant who was like coming up to the car, and she was like, "Oh my god!" And then the next guy came up, and she's like, "Don't kill him!" And it paralyzes him. I was like, "Oh, that's dark."
I just love that dude came running up like, "Hey, that was my pediatrician." Oh fuck. The other day when he was over, I showed him that Rick and Morty thing where they took that transcript from that real court case.
Just fucking unreal.
Oh yeah.
How that judge is a judge, first of all, and put up with any of that shit 2 minutes in. I don't.
It's so good though.
Oh, no, it's great. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so glad that you like the show though. It's there's so many good. There's some like I figured you would like it overall for like its different like story parts. But like some of the one-liners that they deliver are just so funny and so strong. Like the episode where Rick fights the president. I think it's the end of season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the president shrinks, but like his clothes don't shrink, and Morty and Rick give him shit about that. And then at the end, when Rick gives him a shirt to grow into, but no pants.
Yeah.
And the shirt's too short, and like he's like, and he said that you'd like to swing your dick around. It's just, you're just sitting there, and it's just this casually dropped line, and I about lost my mind when I saw that.
What might be my favorite line of the whole show, just because of the delivery, is in that episode that got you hooked, with all the parasites.
Yeah.
When the very first thing, Uncle Steve, and he says something quippy to Rick, and Rick shoots him in the head, and then turns into a parasite.
Yeah.
And where he's like, Uncle Steve wasn't real. He's like, oh yeah, a real piece of shit.
There's so many of those. Yeah. I like your stupid show.
Like Morty and the sex robot.
Oh God, that was so good. Just gonna take her back upstairs.
Yeah.
I just think it's real cool. And I don't have any souvenirs from our adventures together, and I just think it's really neat. It's just something neat. You don't see it everywhere.
I love that he'd walk down the living room just in his underwear for.
Yeah, get
All
some,
right, go
drink
back.
some orange juice.
And when they're joking about like how weird it is to hear him banging the sex robot, and then he comes down to get Rick, and then Rick goes up, and Beth is like, "Now, if we hear squeaking now, then we intervene." And you're like, "That's pretty good."
I kept thinking that's my kid. That right there is Ethan. He got a damn blow up doll or something in his room, he just come downstairs in his gym shorts, and that's it. Drink some orange juice and go back upstairs again. I swear to God, that's what I thought.
I also love that episode was doing a riff on Zardoz, which is a horrible sci-fi movie. Have you ever seen Zardoz?
It was in color, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it early 80s?
It's that movie with Sean Connery wearing what looks like some weird bathing suit
Oh, I know what you're
with
talking
the
about.
long
Yep.
ponytail.
Yeah.
We
I
should get
remember
drunk
that.
and watch that.
Yeah, we should. Let's just get drunk and watch everything.
I'm into that.
Let's do it.
All right,
So-
well, we're drinking.
You keep your pants on. So, how excited are you that Rick and Morty got renewed for 70 episodes?
All right. All right. Before I finished season 1, I saw that news thing come up, and I was like, "Fucking great! They're gonna say you need to watch season 5 because it's so good." Blah blah. I'm gonna be forced to watch this shit further. And then after I finished it all, I was a little giddy. Fucking hate both of you. Yeah, and I want you to know, all you listeners out there, they're just staring me down with a shitty grin the whole goddamn time.
Because we were right. We were so right.
And it's so good.
Yeah.
And it makes me happy to know that the show made you happy.
Oh, does
Yeah.
it?
Yes, it does.
We did this for your benefit.
Oh, did you?
We care.
How'd you like the David Bowie sequence in the episode with the fart
Oh, that's right.
and the guy from Flight of the Conchords singing?
Yeah.
So like that clip is actually what pulled me into the show. So that came across one of the animation blogs I was following that was like, "Oh, this is all excuse me. This is all hand-drawn animation. You should check it out, blah, blah. It's really great." And so I was like, okay, whatever. It's 2 minutes long. I'll watch it. And it's, this amazing piece of animation synced up to Moon Man. And I was like, well, it's an amazing song. That's clearly the dude from Flight of the Conchords singing very well. And this animation is amazing and hilarious because it's Morty folding in on himself and coming out of a butt and going into his own butt and turning into a fart. And it's just great. And I was like, I have to find out what this show is, and I have to watch this show now. And so then I found it, and I was like, it's all on Adult Swim. Amazing. So I crushed everything that was available in like 2 days. I couldn't help myself. So good.
Yep. Can we be done now?
I like that you act like you're hurt still. Like this, you were put through some kind of trial.
Fucking hurt me. I don't like cartoons. You fuckers made me like a cartoon.
We
All
didn't
right?
make you.
Oh, you did.
Nobody forced you to like it. We may have bullied you to watch it, but we didn't make you like it.
True.
We didn't try to misery you with this thing, man.
Now, that episode where they were making fun of Marvel,
Yeah.
Justin Roiland, who does Rick and Morty's voices, got super fucking drunk to do all of his lines for Rick that episode when he plays the video of him.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, because he was like, I got so shitty last night. Or I got blackout. And they're like, what did you do? He's like, don't you know what blackout means? But I like that he's like, Morty's like, "Are you doing something like Saw?" He's like, "No, I wouldn't do something hack like that." And then there's the videos of me like, "Just like in Saw."
That was a good episode. It's a really good episode.
That was Christian Slater as the the Star-Lord character. I love that they bring in like some celebrity like to do a voice here and there.
Yeah.
But who's the create like the dude with a really cool voice that was Shrimply Pibbles, not Shrimply Pibbles, or is it Shrimply, like the who Jerry had to give his penis for
Yeah, that's Shrimply Pibbles.
Okay,
I don't remember who his voice was though.
I just that guy is great.
Forgot about Jerry giving his penis.
Because he only had like one line. He was talking about how humans love their penises. Yeah. And he's like, one holds a penis next to his pencil. He's like, "Oh, look, I'm Mr. So-and-so Dick. I've never seen it fail to get a laugh."
Yeah, I forget who did his voice. That episode had some good gems in it. Like in the background, you see Beth going through the catalog of prosthetics.
I saw, yeah.
And you can see her visibly getting excited about some of them. And so she's like all of a sudden on board. You're like, that's pretty good.
That's pretty, yeah.
Yeah, that was the second interdimensional cable episode, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're waiting in the waiting room. And,
and the
Rick
girl
hijacked the fucking TV.
And then the lady disappears from the coffee machine.
How did I get here?
Rick's like, "I don't know, but I stay away from the coffee machine."
I think it was, I don't know if it was first or second one, but the Two Brothers thing in the cable
That's
episode.
the first one.
That's the first one. That cracked me up too. Because that's when you tell like it was like super improvised. It's two brothers and watch out, old ladies are coming.
Yeah, John Tomato.
They're like, it's two brothers in our Armada space. It's just called Two Brothers.
Because I think he just gets drunk in the VO booth and like spins whatever they have. Because one of the things they have in their writer's room is a bulletin board. You come up with a random idea and you stick it up there, and then Royland will come in and look at what they've got and just like pull off a thing, and then he'll do a back and forth between Rick and Morty if it involves them, just to see if there's anything there, and then just throw it away if there isn't. And so it's like, just to get different ideas for all the random shit that they do, because they throw in so much random stuff in those episodes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Pickle Rick, I think I heard Harmon say this on Harmontown maybe. He's like, they were in the writer's room and whatever, and they were all just riffing ideas. And then they were breaking for lunch or something. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, and Rick has to be a pickle." And then just left.
It's so good.
Yeah. Can we be done now?
Sure, we can be done.
I know you're chiding from both of you.
You hate eating your words and expressing this newfound love you have for Rick and Morty, a cartoon. Of all things.
It's like you guys pouring just salt in the wound, all right? Over and over. Yes.
I don't think you care. You bought fucking toys. You are invested in this shit now.
Maybe you're discovering that you've always liked cartoons.
No.
And that now you have a gateway into cartoons, and you can join us in Cartoon Land.
See, the next step is BoJack.
No, I'm not watching that shit. I am not watching that shit. Nope.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly how the Rick and Morty thing started. Get back to us in 2 years.
During episode 100 when we discuss BoJack Horseman and why Mike loves it.
I fucking hate both of you. I watched Archer, like the first 2 or 3 seasons. Mm-hmm. I just can't get into it. There's some funny stuff here and there, but no. This stupid fucking show, though.
I love Archer, and I cannot rewatch Archer like I can rewatch Rick and Morty.
Yeah, especially Archer reuses so many of their own jokes.
Yeah.
Like I get tired of things in Archer a lot.
I tell you
what,
it's
still good.
What I do want is I want the Rick's apron from when he's in the cookout portion of the Space Parasites one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It says "suck my dick." he's like, "I'm like Tom Cruise in Cuisine."
Yeah. That's what that movie's called, right? Cuisine. all
so
your
good.
crazy catchphrases. Lick, lick, lick my balls.
AIDS.
So until next time.
You're not even gonna ask anybody what they're doing.
No. I just want this to end, man.
Okay, that's fine.
Go ahead. What you doing, Kyle? We ain't doing shit.
I'm finishing the character rigging for my animated short. I should be finished with those this week. And I'm remodeling a bathroom. That's me. That's me now.
How far along are you in that?
I'm hoping to put tile down this week.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I'm happy for you.
Yeah. I'm going to put toilet down. I'm going to take a big poop in that toilet.
Yeah. Shit on the floor. I'm painting a shed.
Swifty in here.
Yeah. I'm painting a shed. And I'm basking in this success of making you enjoy
God.
that show. That's what I'm gonna paint a picture of myself with how I feel right now. And I'm gonna give it to you for your birthday.
Don't you fucking do it. I don't want it. I'll burn it with that damn Death Star. Or is that the Millennium?
You're not burning my Millennium Falcon.
Oh, yeah. God, I got plans.
We're going to become YouTube stars. And with the money we make from becoming YouTube stars, we can pay Kara back for burning.
That's right. That'll be our thing. We just burn people's shit. What do you love? Give me that.
Let me see.
You guys are assholes, and people would fucking watch that.
That's what I'm saying. We already have one subscriber right there,
Yep.
Kyle.
First view.
So until next time, thanks for listening and letting me inside you. Because we're born in Ohio.
You sounded unsure of yourself that time.
I was trying to be nicer and not talk about penetration. But I just talked about myself instead of you. Did that make you feel better?
Sure.
Makes me feel better too. I don't get sloppy seconds.
I'm going to eat some more Taco Bell.